Well, hello, hello. It looks like the news has broken that members of the Fox team, Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, we have yet to see from Tucker Carlson that's being held. I wonder why. Those texts are now in the possession of the people in the Congress that are doing the hearing on January 6th. So it's kind of interesting. Hi, Mila. It kind of, what was I thinking? What song went into my head as I was thinking about that is the song The Games People Play. I don't know if anybody remembers that song from the 1970s, I believe it's. Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now, talking about you and me, and the games people play, while they while away their hours in their ivory towers. Till they're covered up with flowers and their big limousine. So, on the one hand, you're welcome, thank you very much. On the one hand, we have them rewriting the events of January 6th, which again would show coordination, right? Because they were privately texting the president, telling him to say something and that the riot had gotten out of hand. So we have text from Laura Ingraham, we have text from Sean Hannity, like I said, nothing yet from Tucker Carlson, but based on the fact that Tucker Carlson is having a meltdown and based on the fact that he admitted that his son was there that day working and that he has expressed paranoia over the fact that he's convinced the NSA has tapped his phone. Somebody had recently commented in the videos, oh, if the NSA has tapped Tucker Carlson's phone, then it means that there's a FISA warrant. I think we now know there's a FISA warrant. And I think we now know that the extent to which people in news, if you want to call it news, at Fox were getting together, texting, and coordinating with the president in order to help his reputation, promote him, get him reelected. That goes beyond the traditional role of being a news person. That is coordination. That proves that you are basically working for the president. And at that point, we're not talking about news, we're talking about something else. And it goes back to the remote I had, I think it was last week, where we got information that Fox News was going to start being under investigation for coordination, and that specifically the NSA was looking at conversations, text between Tucker Carlson and the president, but specifically possibly coordination. The extent to which the coordination happened, whether or not he supported the insurrection or knew about the insurrection, I don't know. All I know is that sometimes this happens to me. I will not go and look for a remote. The remote will come and look for me. This happens to a lot of remote viewers. If you're trained in HCRV or if you're using another system, I'd be curious if this happens to you, where you go to sleep, you get yourself open, you put yourself in the altered state or the trance state using long form. And it's as if a newspaper article is right in your face and, oh, okay, well, I must have to look at it. So I think it was last Wednesday night, there was an energy that Fox News was going to break, coordination, etc., with the president, and then something about Tucker Carlson. But, I was tired. I didn't want to get up and write it down and do a video, so I waited. And then the next day, which I think was a Thursday, I shot the video. And then I think something 16 hours broke up that Tucker Carlson was basically, he claimed that the NSA was tapping his phones, and then he started to reveal details about potentially communicating with his son who was working at the Capitol that day. what's interesting about what's come out is that we don't have any texts coming out. The only texts that we have coming out right now are from Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity and other people at Fox, including Don Jr., by the way, telling the president to stop, make a statement, etc., which has me even more intrigued, because the behavior from Tucker Carlson, the quote-unquote paranoia, paranoid that people are tapping his phones, accusing the NSA of being after him, confessing that his son was there, and then the fact that Fox News is now working together to rewrite the events of January 6th in order to protect the president's legacy, the president's policies, etc. It goes back to the hearings and the fact that there are going to be hearings. And we, on the one hand, we want to support free journalism. So we don't want to look like we're pulling reporters in and terrorizing them simply because they covered the news in a way we didn't like. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking, again, about something entirely different. We're not talking about covering the news. We're talking about being a political wing of somebody's party and somebody's campaign, and it not being publicly acknowledged, particularly when you've got the microphone or the kind of power that Fox News has. I think this is going to get worse before it gets better. And I think that the feds are going to come in and overhaul. I think they're already doing it. It's what I had said before. I think the feds are already there looking at stuff. To the people who watch this channel who supported Fox News, you know, I really do try to be as neutral as possible. I want to be as clear as I can with a remote view without putting my spin on things. My job is just to remote, right? It's just to get the information and get it out as fast as possible without putting my own spin on it. So I'm not choosing sides. That's not what I was trying to do. I was just saying, this is the information feed coming in, and it's my job to just get it out. And so I think that now we see what that investigation will be about, more of that information coming out with Fox. All right, that's today's remote. And I guess, it goes also to December 11th, 12th, when stuff was starting to break. Also, it looks like, I think Meadows is going to be facing criminal charges soon. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk next time. Bye-bye.